Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Howling at the Moon with the Canine Guides. I am Heatherleigh Strom, your host and your channel. And today I'm going to introduce you to one of the core four canine spirit guides. His name is Héric. Now, Héric is a very special guide. He is one of the guides in my book, Canine Spirit Guides. And he is also the guide of my current dog, Gigi, my adorable little corgi. And of all the dogs in the book, she's the only one that's currently with me. And the story of Gigi is an incredible story of how she came into my life. But also, once she did come into my life, she brought her spirit guide, Héric, with her. And that was a transformative time in my life, to say the least. That's when everything got kicked into motion and my spiritual awakening shot out of me like a cannon. So let's take a look at why this canine spirit guide is so incredible and so special. And first, we're going to talk about the energetic frequency and signature that this canine spirit guide has chosen. So Héric has chosen the pug and the bald eagle, which seems like a really strange pairing. It was really hard to create this image, putting an eagle face together with a dog face. But there's a specific reason for this, and I'm going to share it with you. So the pug, of course, was developed. It's an older breed, and it was developed to be a lap dog, a spoiled companion for the elite. Basically, this dog was bred to cuddle with their people, to just keep them company. So the energy of the pug is to not do anything really extravagant, to not be accountable for activities and functions like some of the other breeds. You know, the other breeds that I've shared my life with have been much more active breeds, you know, the herding breeds that actually were very functional in the society of humanity, right? Serving as a guardian or a herding animal, and very accountable as far as obedience went and performance. And they were always happy and eager to make me happy and to satisfy me and to perform for me. And the pug is not like this. The pug doesn't really want to be engaged in that at that level. So this breed is very different than the other breeds. And this comes into play for the canine spirit guide. And the eagle, the bald eagle, is a spectacular bird representing freedom, of course. As Americans here, we can really identify with that. That's our bird. But the power of the bald eagle is extraordinary when you consider it spiritually. This bird has the ability to easily navigate between the physical world and the spiritual world, has vision beyond what we can see as humans, between dimensions and through dimensions. So this is a very powerful canine spirit guide. And this was a pivotal experience for me. With Héric by my side, I had access to skills that were brand new to me, or so I thought, that really catapulted my spiritual process in a way that sort of fast forwarded it. I moved very, very quickly because Héric, working through my current dog, Gigi, was with me every step of the way. For every meditation I did, Gigi was with me. She insisted on being in the room. And now even it's the same. And she also insists on being around when I'm working with clients, working with them spiritually, traveling through different dimensions with them as well. Gigi is always present because Eric is assisting in the process. And now she's even watching over my husband as he learns to meditate as well. So this canine spirit guide brings through a lot of possibility for those who are ready for this type of work. So let's talk about his name frequency and his mission statement, his title, and go into a little bit more detail about him. So when I met Eric, when I was channeling him for the book, I didn't actually meet him face to face, but he was giving me all the information that I needed to put in the book about him. Yet he kind of kept his distance. So I didn't have quite the intimate relationship with him that I did with the other canine spirit guides. And I'm going to go into more detail about this in a moment. But he did explain to me that his name and his full name is Dämeon Ja'Laron Héric. And I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But his name means divine doorway into all dimensions and all lifetimes. And he goes on even further to say those between here and there, now and then, the known and the forgotten, because there really is nothing that is unknown to us. So he really helps us to bridge this gap, to remember. And he teaches us to access other parts of ourselves, maybe that are in other dimensions, our family members that are in other dimensions, and opens us up to this very possibility. Because before I started working with Eric, I knew nothing about any of this. It never occurred to me that I was interdimensional. It never occurred to me that I had history on other planets. But once he took the reins, I moved very quickly into this knowledge, became very comfortable with it, and learned to work within the quantum realm quite easily. So this is what he helps my clients with as well. There's a tremendous amount of symbolism that's precisely implanted into the images that he had me create of him, the one with the pug and the bald eagle combined. And I'd like to share some of those concepts with you so you understand this canine spirit guide a little bit better. So the bald eagle helps us soar effortlessly between the physical world and the spiritual world. And the broad wings of this bird, massive broad wings, assist us in expanding our consciousness into that incredible spiritual awakening. And we also know that the bald eagle has incredible eyesight. And this eyesight allows us to see clearly not only what's right in front of us, but the ability to see through things, see all the way through to the source. So this might involve viewing a situation through many dimensions, enabling us to find it and follow it all the way to its source, whether it's a disease, a memory, karma. The bald eagle helps us to find this really easily. And the pug, because of its calm nature and its lack of desire to be a performer, this allows the pug to really hone in on what's really important. So this pug will conserve their energy and really focus in on the work that this canine guide has to offer you, and that is your spiritual work, the non-physical work, which is why this dog breed is really not considered a worker. My dog Gigi, even though she's a corgi, even though she's a herding dog breed, she's not a worker, and she made that clear when she got here. She did not want to have anything to do with performance sports like all of her predecessors did. Her job was to work spiritually. So she, even though she's a herding breed, a working dog, she has no intention of fulfilling that because her purpose is to work through the mission of Héric, who is extremely focused, laser focused on spiritual healing, development, expansion, and ascension. And this is just another example of how our dogs may not reflect their breed standard as much as they might reflect the canine spirit guides that are working through them. So keep this in mind, because the dog breeds that the canine guides identify with have nothing to do with the breed that your personal dog is. Another thing that's important to realize, and this is a hard one for me, these dogs that are working with Héric are very much like the bald eagle in that they are not really into affection. They don't like to be touched. As friendly as my corgi is, she loves everybody. Even the deer come up and touch noses with her because they're very curious about her. Her energy is really inviting. And even though she loves people, she loves all animals, she does not want to be touched. So she'll go up to people and invite them to touch her, and then she'll just duck her head. Nope, no, thank you. I'm good. She does the same to me, and she does not like to cuddle. Cannot stand to cuddle. And this is heartbreaking for me because I've always had a very touchy-feely relationship with my dogs. I love to cuddle with my dogs. What's the point of having a dog if you can't cuddle with them, right? But that's not why she's here. She reminds me that the bald eagle is meant to be admired, not to be touched. Keep your distance. You might love me to pieces, but you don't need to smother me with it. So it's pretty hilarious to see this guide reveal itself in your own dogs, because you might be finding these traits in your own dog as I'm giving you these descriptions. But Eric was very interesting because his name is really different from all the other canine spirit guides. He has 3 names, and all the ones I've introduced from the core 4, and all the ones honestly from the next essential 8, they all have 1 name. Eric was the only one that had 3 names. And it was really hard for me to understand his name because I think I've shared before, I, I'm not very good with other languages. I don't know how to roll my tongue. And his name was not English, it was not American. So I actually needed help in constructing his name. I could say it as he coached me to say it. So I put it on a recording, and I had to get help. I had to get an assistant to help me figure out how to put it on paper. But his full name is Dämeon Ja'Laron Héric. And it's a really beautiful name, but I can't get my mouth to cooperate with how my tongue needs to move to say it correctly. So those of you who have more of a Southern language dialect with Spanish, you will probably be able to say it a lot better than I can. And he also was the first one, and he was the last one I received from the Core 4, but he was the first one to tell me that they all had job titles. So before he told me that, I didn't know to ask. And he proudly told me that his job title is the guardian of past life integration. But what I have found in working with him is that he's so much more than that. And we're going to talk about that here in a moment. So he's much different to work with than the other canine spirit guides. He tends to be a little more standoffish. He stays in the background until the person is ready to work with him, and then it's no nonsense. He gets right to work. He's not just like Just like my dog, he's not cuddly, he's not touchy-feely, he's not gonna joke around with my clients or with me. He shoots from the hip, he's very direct, and, but he creates and assists in such a powerful, direct, unique way that you you can kinda understand why. He's not here to coddle us at all. He's here to help us get directly to the work that we need to achieve. So because of this, when I was writing the book, he was giving me the information to put on the pages, but I just really hadn't connected with him. I mean, I knew I was working with him. I would not have progressed so quickly into working with the quantum field had I not had him by my side. And I think I just assumed that I knew him because of the information I was getting, the experiences I was having. So I didn't really realize that I hadn't shared physical space with him yet, like I had with all the other guides. So I finished writing the book. I sent it to the publisher. And as a reward, I was directed to have my first experience with ayahuasca, which was kind of scary for me. And I'm going to be doing a show on that as well. But when I was in this ayahuasca ceremony, I knew I had been shown and told that I was going to go deep, deep within my soul to find a connection. And it was incredibly deep. I'm going to share that experience with you in a future episode. But when I finally got there, when I got to the depth, the deepest part of my own soul is when I met Héric. And it was really fascinating because at first I was following ayahuasca through this maze. At the end of the maze, she transitioned into my dog, my corgi, Gigi. And I was surprised to see her there. Well, hi, Gigi. What are you doing here? So I started following Gigi. And at a certain point, Gigi stopped and she turned around and she faced me. And as I looked back at her, she transformed into Héric, this massive, he was, the size of, is it King Kong? That massive beast that is as tall as New York City buildings. That's how huge he got. He just was almost above the clouds. He was so massive. And when the energy shifted, when the vision shifted, I felt this massive shift in energy and this incredible sense of peace and calm and love and even protection came over me. And it was so strong and so overwhelming that I couldn't, in this vision I was having, I was standing up. And when this frequency hit me, I couldn't hold myself up anymore. So I fell to the ground. Now, realize I'm sitting in a room full of 25 other people having an ayahuasca journey. So I'm actually laying on a mat. But in this experience, in this journey, I was standing. So I just collapsed under the sheer volume of this frequency. And I began to weep because I had never felt this protected in my entire life. I had never felt this loved in my entire life. Even though I had been through the journey with all of the other core 4 canine spirit guides, Anthea, Oscar, and Oregon, I had never felt this powerful of a frequency before. So it just knocked me off my feet. And as I lay there in that frequency, just weeping and just sort of like wrapping myself up in it, trying to remember how good this feels, Héric bent over. And it was interesting because what I saw was that he reached down and grabbed me with his wings, his massive bald eagle wings. And when he did this, he started to lift me up. And what happened was I was laying on my mat in the ayahuasca ceremony. And all of a sudden, my chest just rose off the mat. My heart was coming up. And I'm like, what on earth is happening? My body's moving without me. And then my knees came up involuntarily. They just bent up like someone had put their arms underneath me, like you're going to carry someone who's unconscious under my knees and under my shoulders. And my arms fell down beside me, and my body just elevated at these two places all by itself. And Héric scooped me up, and he just soared through the heavens with my body. And I just felt this movement that we were flying. And he was taking me through multiple dimensions. It was the most incredible experience I had ever had. And, you might be saying, yeah, that's ayahuasca. But I was with Héric. And the two of them were actually working together, which was quite fascinating. And when he did this, he was talking to me. He was teaching me. He was sharing with me that he was taking me back to my source. And he wanted me to know, because he wanted me to share with humanity, that healing is not meant to be a process. It's meant to be instant. So that one instant it took him to transport me from that mat into another dimension, into my source, is as long as it takes for us to be healed, like that. So he was the first one to explain to me that healing is meant to be instant. And that blew me away. He went on to further to say that we don't need to understand it. Like, he didn't want me to understand what I was experiencing. There wasn't anything to understand. I just needed to accept. I just needed to embrace and allow. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to investigate what is causing you pain. You don't need to relive what's causing you pain. You don't need to go into an ayahuasca ceremony and relive all that pain again. That's not necessary. This is what he was sharing with me on this journey, telepathically, of course. And it was the most powerful experience I had ever had to that date. Now, I've trumped that since then. But, through my development in this process, that was incredible for me to understand that. And I came out of that journey wanting to sing it to the universe, sing it to the world, let everyone know, hey, you guys, you don't need to hurt anymore. You don't need to be angry anymore. That stuff, you can just let it go like that. And he was demonstrating how he can make that happen as he did this with me at that very moment, elevated me to new levels of consciousness, new levels of awareness, new access to parts of myself that I was yet to meet or understand. He was opening that doorway for me. And this is what this guide does now with my clients. It's interesting because when I start an Emmy journey with my clients, so this is a 3-month journey where they work with as many of the canine spirit guides as they need to within a 12-week process. And so what will happen is on the first session, all of the core 4 will come forward for that person, and they will give them sort of a preview of what they see happening for this person within this time frame. And so all the other guides will come forward, very interactive, engaging, encouraging, and give quite a bit of detail about what is projected for that person if they choose to accept throughout that time period. Héric will show up typically, and he'll be very quiet. He'll stand in the background, And if he does say something, it will be very minimal, very almost kind of generic. I do feel like sometimes he's waiting to see what happens with the other three guides as far as whether the person is ready to work with him. And then on the flip side, I have had clients that he knows are ready. And on that initial session, not only does he share with them what he foresees happening with him, but on that very first session, which shocked me initially, he will take them into the quantum field. And this blows me away because I'm not sure that everyone's ready for that. But of course, the guides always know. They know who's ready for what. So I have to trust. So he knows precisely when to show up and who's ready for him. So he's a very different type of guide. And I've really learned to trust him quite a lot and to trust his instincts. And one thing that he really does, he did this for me, he does this for my clients, is that he teaches us how easy it is to work within the quantum field. He will show us how to get there. He'll show us how easy it is to connect with our star family that's out in the quantum field just waiting for us to show an interest in reconnecting. And he'll show us how to get to those other dimensions quite easily. So it's really fun to work with Héric, and it's really fun to see my clients get to this point where they're ready for this stage of their expansion, for this stage of their awareness. It's magical. I've really enjoyed getting to know Héric and sharing him with other people. So if you think you'd like to try Héric out, take him for a test ride, stay with us here. I'm going to take a really quick break. And when we come back, we're going to take a journey with Héric. Stay right here.
Canine Spirit Guides, The Healing Power of Man's Best Friend by Heatherleigh Strom. We've always suspected dogs are magical angels from God. In this groundbreaking book, you'll discover the specific divine gifts our canine companions really possess as they facilitate our healing, elevate our awareness, and expand our consciousness. Man's best friend has their own spirit guides, which is why they appear in our lives just when we need them most. This award-winning book, Canine Spirit Guides, The Healing Power of Man's Best Friend by Heatherleigh Strom, is available on Amazon.com and HeatherleighStrom.com. Get your copy today and begin your journey.
Welcome back, everybody. If you'd like to experience a guided journey with Héric, please join us. Find yourself a nice, safe place to have a sit. Please don't be driving a car, or I don't recommend lying down because you want to try and stay awake if you can. I'm going to bring Héric in for you to experience him, to experience his frequency. I don't know what he has in mind. He hasn't shared anything with me, so we'll find out together. All right. Go ahead and close your eyes for me. and get connected with that breath. So take a deep breath in and out. And another breath in, really feeling that breath all the way down to the bottom of your belly. And out. Letting that breath settle the nervous system, quiet the mind, become present in this moment only. As you breathe, you feel your body relax. We're going to connect in with Gaia. So imagine her heart center, her Merkaba in the center of the planet, with a beautiful platinum stream of energy coming up through all her layers, through all her rocks, up through the top of the planet, the surface of the planet, in through your body, coming up, settling into your heart, and just feel the expansiveness of her love for you settling into your heart area, expanding your heart. We're also going to focus on the frequency coming in from the higher realms, from our star families, from the cosmos, this beautiful crystalline frequency spiraling down from the heavens into the Earth's atmosphere, down, 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 coming down through your crown, joining that frequency of Gaia within your heart. Breathing deeply, allowing these two frequencies to work with you, preparing you to engage on a spiritual level. And you just feel your body relaxing, feeling heavier, sinking a little bit deeper onto the seat you sit on. The mind slows down, the heart slows down, the breath slows down. That's it. Come into this moment, leaving everything else behind. And you begin to become aware of this beautiful, large presence before you. You just become aware of the wings spread in front of you. He's quite tall, but he's going to reduce his size within your visible frame. And you might also be aware that this cute little pug sitting at your feet, very unassuming, yet very loving and all-knowing. Just allow your heart to connect in with these frequencies being shared with you. The bald eagle is sending you a frequency from his heart. You just feel your heart expand in response to that. The pug sitting at your feet is running frequency up through your feet, up your legs, through your buttocks, through your belly, up into your heart, and then it's going to keep going all the way up your crown, and out the top side of your crown. You have this beautiful frequency running through you now from Héric. And the bald eagle continues to work within your heart frequency, expanding your heart. Now the bald eagle's using his eyes, using a laser directed at your third eye between your eyebrows, coming in through the front of your cranium, moving towards the back of your head, and you can just feel this vibration in the back side of your brain. He's offering you a cleansing of your pineal gland, which is the projector for your third eye. And you might feel a little tingling going on there. I can feel it like an itchiness in the back of my head. It's just a gentle cleansing of this very delicate pineal gland. Most of us have calcifications built up around this gland because of the toxins we're exposed to here. And he's just cleansing this off for you. Just allow this frequency to run for a little bit longer, tapping into your heart frequency, which continues to expand. Your crown consciousness also, that continues to expand. You might feel the warmth of this incredible love, beauty, a sense of protection that you haven't experienced before. Just breathe through this, integrate it, allow it. Now he's inviting you to shift your consciousness. He's completed the cleansing of the pineal gland. The pug continues to sit at your feet and hold space for you. The eagle is inviting you to shift your consciousness to within your heart, to the inside of your heart. Put your consciousness inside your body, into your heart space. Just feel the peace there. Feel the love. Feel the sovereignty. Feel your connection with you. As he's been expanding your heart space, there's been a portal that's been opening and broadening. And with your consciousness now within your heart space, you can see this portal churning clockwise. And Héric is asking you to step through this magical portal that exists within you at all times. Just step through that from your heart, step through your portal. And when you come through this portal, you realize you land on the back of this eagle. He begins to flap his wings, and he's going to take you on a journey. Just hold on to this eagle. Allow him to show you what he needs to show you, feeling his body move beneath you, hearing the whoosh of the wings as they fly by your delicate human ears. Feel the heart connection you have with his heart as you sit on his back. It acts as your seatbelt. It keeps you connected to him as he swoops and he dives and he soars. He takes you on a journey wherever you need to go, Pay attention to what you see. Pay attention to what you feel. Pay attention to what your heart says to you, to the information coming down through your crown, giving you the insight that you desire, the insight that you seek, the reassurance that you seek, the direction that you've been asking for, is all coming through as he soars around with you into other dimensions. You may recognize the topography, you may not. You are completely safe, protected within this realm with Héric as he shows you around the playground that's possible for you, taking you into different aspects of your soul's journey, into different aspects of you, different fragments of you, experiencing various timelines at this moment, taking you to visit one or the other. Just follow along and stay in this moment. Stay present with you. Stay present with Héric. Feeling the movement, feeling the soaring. It almost feels like a rocking motion, like a lullaby. Receiving all the information your soul requires for this moment. As you soar around with Héric, he's also sharing with you through your heart cord various codes, star frequencies. You're uploading this information, this galactic geometry into your system. You might not see it. You might just feel it coming through. Some of you might just know that it's coming through. Some of you might see the symbols come into your energetic field. Just welcome it in. This will assist you in your current journey from where you are now to help you unpack the knowledge that you require, the connections to your own skills that you require, memories of who you are, where you've been, what your purpose is here. All of this cosmic geometry is coming into your system. It will be gradually unpacked as you are ready for it to be revealed to you. Just breathe deeply. You continue to soar around with Héric. Enjoy the ride. Feel how weightless you feel. In this moment, realize how everything is possible. There you go. Héric is rounding back around, coming back to your portal. You can see it before you. You can see the spiraling, the clockwise motion as Héric approaches it. And as you get closer to it, the pull gets stronger and stronger. As you get within 200 feet, you can feel the gravitational force of this portal. You can feel it overcome you and just pull you right off of Héric, right back into the portal, right back into your own heart. And you feel a soft landing, back within yourself, back within your heart, carrying all of that knowledge, information, download with you that you received. And I want you to breathe in deeply as you reconnect with yourself, as you completely come back into your body. You begin to feel your feet, your toes, your hands, your fingers, your face, your bum sitting on the chair. We're going to count down from 3. And as we hit 0, you're going to feel completely re-engaged in this physical realm within your body. 3, 2, 1, and 0. And when you are ready, go ahead and open your eyes and come back to this room. Welcome back, everybody. That was really something. I haven't had him do that before. What did you think about the portal? Have you experienced anything like that before? Yeah, really amazing, wasn't it? Maybe you felt the flying around. Maybe you saw places that you've been before, or maybe you didn't know you'd been there before, but they look like really fascinating places. Visions. If you didn't have visions, you might have just felt the motion. Some of you might have felt the codes coming home to you, your birthright being reconnected with you. I found it fascinating. It was almost like he had to take you outside of the matrix that we are in, within here in this space on this earth. He had to take you through the portal and take you out of the matrix in order to provide access for you to receive those codes. That was really something. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, you guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much in joining me for this special episode with Dämeon Ja'Laron Héric. If you're enjoying my show, be sure to share it with your friends and save it in your library. And be sure to come back every week for new exciting episodes with dynamic spiritual guests, or maybe another energetic download from a canine spirit guide. And if you're looking for more, check out my webpage, Heatherleigh Strom, where you'll find out more about my private sessions, my life-changing programs, memberships, and workshops. I'm Heatherleigh Strom. Don't forget to elevate your frequency and transform your reality. Be your best out there. Love ya.